On the Build Show today, I'm visiting a Builder Friends job site who's done an amazing job of taking zip wall to the next level. On today's Build Show, I'm visiting a friend's job site who's doing an incredible job of what I'm going to call Zip 2.0. I'm here with Doug Cameron. Doug's the owner of Eco Safe Spaces, ESS Design Build. And you know, I tried to hire Doug 10 years ago as a project manager. I couldn't pay him enough, but instead he started his own company. And I'll tell you, Doug, this house, incredible, man. You're doing an incredible job. I've not seen this system before. What are we looking at here?
Well, Matt, thank you. This particular system, we've got a zip system install. We've got the Zip R sheathing, which gives us that continuous thermal break around our whole building. And then we've actually used their liquid flash to hit every joint and seam and every critical juncture in this entire building envelope.
And so the entire outside where you'd normally see zip tape, Doug has substituted this liquid flash. What are the big benefits of this in your mind, Doug, compared to maybe more traditional methods?
Well, number one, it allows you to team multiple materials together without a confusing taping element. And you know, like, again, try taping anything to a foundation, and you know you're going to have to go with heavy primers, and you might have to go back and J-roll, you know, a few months later, and it's just no fun. So this is so simple. We just take some tape and we hit it on the underside of the foundation, exposing, in this case, this beautiful board form concrete that the architects love, and then we seal that juncture of the bottom of the sheathing to that foundation, and we pretty much block all the bird blocks, and we caulk everything up to the roof itself, allowing for a complete seal that involves zero tape.
Man, this is beautiful. So watertight, obviously, and some amazing details Doug's done here. For instance, look at the way he's done his base wall flashing. You know, he's sealed the base of the sheathing and that insulation to his concrete. And in fact, it looks like he's put his framing flush with the outside of the concrete so he could hang that down a little bit and get a nice airtight joint there. He's struck all his nail holes, so he's not worried about an over-penetrated fastener. Every one of those nail holes is struck. He's done all his joints and seams with this, and it's really just one tube. Liquid Flash does it all. Very impressive, Doug. So my guess is you're going to get a pretty airtight shell here when it's all done. Tell me about your blower door results.
Well, you know, the first time we ever blew a house like this, I had my reservations as to what the results were going to be. And when we got them, I called you immediately. And
I remember.
And you hailed all kinds of praise on me because we hit 0.7 ACH 50. And, you know, if you're...
That's tight, Doug.
It's super tight. It's super tight. And God bless the Passive House people and their great movement. And I appreciate everything that they do. But I think the beautiful thing that we're doing here is we're simplifying process, and we're getting results that are very similar to their air sealing metrics.
Yeah, and all that air sealing is done on the outside. Doug's not worried about putting a membrane on the inside or airtight drywall. That's a blower door result from framing. Now, we're going to actually come back to this job in a couple months and test this house. We'll see how he does, but I'll tell you, this is impressive. Now, Doug, your company, ESS, that stands for Eco Safe Spaces. I know you're a big believer in building a healthy house for your clients. How does this system help you build a healthy home?
Well, intuitively, Matt, I've never been into spray foam. I've studied Europe a lot, and I just see spray foam isn't very popular there. And so this allows me to go with a more simplified, cost-effective insulation. So I am currently doing bibs with blown-in fiberglass. I am moving towards Roxul in some scenarios as well. But, you know, the cool benefit of that is I actually save a bunch of money, and ultimately it kind of balances out the additional cost of using this liquid flash product.
That's right, and you're not relying on spray foam for its airtightness, which I have in the past. 10 years ago when I first spray foamed a house, I thought it was going to be a panacea, and it wasn't. It was incredibly disappointing on my blower door tests. So, Doug, this system now, you can inspect everything, you can blower door test it. If you had a problem, you could fix it before you close it in. Impressive, man. We're going to come back to Doug's job and do some tips in the future, so stay tuned for that video. But there'll be a link in the description for all Doug's contact information. Also want to shout out to his frame carpenters who did a great job on this house, and the architect over here, Mark Odom. He's lucky to have a builder like Doug doing these details so well. Guys, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Otherwise, we'll see you next time on The Build Show.